Today we're making a brand new Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm Brandy and this is Making It My Own DIYs. Welcome back. All right, here we go. This is the 2024 Cabinet of Curiosities. We're going to start off with a bunch of little bits and bobs. This is like a little place setting board. Got a bow that I made from another project, some skeletons, some earrings from TEMU, another earring from TEMU. These are some picks from Dollar Tree. Some little brooms. These little jars that originally come from Target. You can see that information. Little spider rings. You could just use anything in yours though. This is some more jewelry. These were earrings also from TEMU. Little vintage pumpkin. These are some little figurines you could use. A felt sheet. It's a thick one. And it's the thick ones we use for the backs of things. I love them. And then we're going to use this little piece that a squirrel enjoyed, looks like. And clean it up really good, because you never know. You know, we get things thrifted and you never know. So now to make my back, you don't have to worry about this if you have a back on yours. But to make my back, I'm going to use this. Because it's like a kind of a hard or a firm piece, a sturdy piece, it makes a great back for things. I'm going to use my white gel marker. Just make a line here. I'm going to cut that down. And then the little gap, there'll be a little gap on the top. I'll use that side strip to fill in that gap. Okay, eyeball it and cut it off. And yes, I am crafting in my pajamas, my Walmart specials. All right, I'll use some of this black tape, real fancy. It's just because it's duct tape. It sticks just about onto anything and it's going to hold it in place. Plus the fact that it's black means I don't have to paint anything and it still looks nice and neat. So I'm going to tape over the two sections, making sure they're butted up against each other nicely. And press that down. Just really push it down to the fibers of that felt. And then I'm going to use the chewed side as the back. And then I'll staple this in place. Now you can also use hot glue to hold yours in place if you want to, but the staples are going to ensure that this has longevity and I can enjoy it for many years to come. On each corner and in the center sections, and there we go. We are ready to work with this box. So I'm going to start off by seeing how these are going to be arranged. I think I have raven feathers and the eyeballs in the jar and some witch brooms. If you want to put your little labels forward, you can, but I thought for me, I'm not even going to put the labels in the front because I want to see the goodies that are inside of it. I'm using some scraps of this felt because I save everything, you know, and I'm going to stack those together to make a little riser so the one in the back will be higher and you can see it better. Kind of like how you do on a spice rack. You want to be able to see everything, right? So once I get that as tall as I need it to be, I can add some hot glue, put it in the center back, just right up against the wall in the back. Now we have a little ledge to put the back one on. I'll add some glue and then put those in. Now I put the white one in the back because if you put the black one back there, you really wouldn't be able to see it. You know, stabilize it, put a little glue on the back of it. And then the two that are in the front will really show better. You can see all the details a little bit better. And I'll just glue those in. They're just pushed right up next to the bottle that's in the back. They overhang slightly. All right, so now more fun. We get to decide what we want to put where. I love this little mummy. He is cute. And I just have a little, this is like I think some thread or raffia came on this little spool. I'm going to use that as a little seat for him. Looks vintage to me, and I'm really kind of going for that in this little curio, the little Cabinet of Curiosities. And then I decided for my brooms, I wanted to make it like a display of hanging brooms, but I didn't want them to be just, you know, glued down to the wall in the back. I almost wanted to look like it is in a display case where you could choose which broom you like. So I've got this little cedar piece that you put in your closet over your hangers to keep the moths out. I'm telling you, I pick up anything that I think might have potential in my crafting area. So I picked it up. It smells good too, y'all. I'm going to take some of this sparkly black ribbon and go right around it. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying this kind of content. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, I would welcome you with open arms. I am hoping, praying that by Halloween, I will have my qualification for a silver play button, which means I have to get 100,000 subscribers. Yes, 100,000. I need about 10 more. So if you would like to stay here, I would love to have you. I'm always making all kinds of creative things, and I do it as budget friendly as possible with, things I buy from stores at a discount and thrifted pieces. And I love to flip things and, bring back that potential they used to have. Okay, so now I've glued it in the center bottom. The brooms, I actually trimmed off about a half or a quarter of an inch of the bristles from the broom so that they would hang and not touch the bottom all the way. And then I'll just kind of make those look like, give them a little space in there and hold them until that glue sets up. These are some little lights that I got at an Amazon Overstock store. And when you turn them on, they flash red and blue. And you'll be able to see those through the bottom. Almost looks like the brooms are going to be glowing. This is a little thrifted frame. I am going to take a little bit of glue and that backing that's on there and put one of these Amazon pictures. I'll link this for you. I've used these in so many projects last year and this year, and I absolutely love them. They are from Amazon, like I mentioned. I'll have that for you. I'm going to paint this orange, and rather than brushing it and getting it all streaky, I'm just going to pounce it on there and get one good coat all over the frame. It's going to be down the sides and the face of this frame. And then we will let that dry. All right, now we're going to slip the back on. And that's ready to go. We can glue it wherever we want to in any of those boxes. The idea to me in a curio cabinet or a cabinet of curiosities is to have dimensions and a little bit of storytelling in every little block, as if each little section has its own little theme, its own little story. So that's what we're going with here. Now, overall, I like the idea of this looking like a witch's piece. Like, she's got her little mummy down there. She's got her things in the bottles. She's got pictures on the wall, maybe her ancestors. Here's a hat. This is a black cutout. And I think maybe years ago I got this from Dollar Tree. You can get them. It's got like a fine glitter on it, but I think that's the one with the glitter on it. I can't remember. But anyway, to bring it out, I wanted to add orange around the sides and kind of feather it inward, just kind of bring it inward a little bit. It's going to pop on the black that way. You see, almost like it's glowing. And I'm going to put that on the sign because this little sign here is going to be on the top. It's going to let us know that who this belongs to, right? So I'll take this little earring piece and I'm going to put this on the side, spells and potions. So this is really selling the fact that this belongs to a witch. We're going to call her a good witch, though, because, not all witches are bad. Of course not. Of course not. Press it down. And then add a little pumpkin. And this little jack-o'-lantern happened to fit perfectly underneath the edge of this earring. So to me, that meant it's kismet. It's meant to be there. Just really quickly, y'all, I wanted to say a enormous thank you to all of you who commented on my last video, who have told me their stories and what they've gone through. I have felt every prayer, everything that you have said, all the kindness. I have felt that in my life, and I want you to know it has helped me tremendously. So don't ever think that prayer doesn't work, because it absolutely does. And community works. Making people feel like they know where you've been and there's hope in people sharing their stories. And I just want to say thank you for everybody. You didn't have to tell me your personal information. You didn't have to tell me your story, but you shared it with me.
Get ready for the ultimate Christmas crafting experience. Join Sammy from Unicorn Dust Designs, Brandy from Making It My Own DIY, Kendra from Late Night Creations, and Kay and Trish from Crafting Cousins for Christmas Crafting Live. We will have two themes, Santa and Nativity. Purchase your kit now by clicking the link below. Deadline to order kits is Monday, September 2nd to ensure we can get yours to you in time for the party. Christmas Crafting Live, Saturday, September 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern.
The links and details are in the description box below, y'all. All right, so far so good. All I'm really doing here is letting you see how I place things where I like to have the things. I like the idea of that spider web kind of hanging over the side there. I want to use this cork. Yes, it's just a random cork. And I'm going to place that trio of happy little skeleton faces, the little skulls. We're going to put those right on top. And then I'm going to add glue on the back, and you could add it on the bottom too if you wanted to, and attach that down on the felt. That's another good thing about the felt. The fibers in that felt really attach well to the glue and everything stays in place. So this hanging earring, I had one that I took apart, and that's where all those little jack-o'-lanterns came from. But for this hanging one, I just clipped off the hook and I'm hanging it down, and I'll put another one right on top to hold it in place for a little bit of different dimension. And when you stand it up, they hang down and it is cute. Gonna add this little black cat right here with the skulls. And then we'll add some of those spider rings just with the ring part cut off randomly here and there. And I've decided to leave the green in here and the purples instead of doing just the primary black, orange, white, and yellow. So I've got a little green, got a little flash of color here and there. You can add pieces. Look at that cat playing the banjo. You can add pieces to the outside, to the inside, overhanging the edges. My little bow. Put that little bow right there underneath that, right on top of our broom display. And then on the back of the sign, in order to have it sit on the edge, we need some support. So I'm going to use a little wood block here. You can get something similar at Dollar Tree. And then I'll paint the entire thing black. Like that. Hey, thank you for coming by today and visiting my channel and being here. I really appreciate you taking your time. I know a lot of us are so busy. We just have to be careful how we spend our time. We don't want to be wasting it, right? So the fact that you came here today from whatever source, I appreciate you being here. Now here's some Scrabble tiles, and I'll use these to spell boo. You can really just do anything in these boxes, y'all. I also am going to link the video where I did the big one last year. If I would have had a piece this year to do another big one, I would. I definitely am looking for another big piece, but for now, this one will do. I think it's going to be a nice display piece wherever you put it. It's certainly big enough. It's about, it's over a foot tall and about 8 inches wide, if I had to guess. So plenty of room to tuck little pieces. You just really want to make sure that each of those little sections are large enough for you to put your pieces in. That's why I chose the earrings rather than the ornaments that are the little wood pieces with the little witches sitting on the pumpkins and such. Because the earrings fit perfect. I mean, why not? They're a little wood piece just exactly like what you would be using as an ornament, except the ornaments are bigger. But I've certainly used a lot of them. So be sure you check out my Halloween videos if that's something that interests you. If you like this style, there are so many that I have doing a vintage inspired Halloween. So go check those out. We're going to glue everything down. You can paint that black behind it. Just using this little, it's like a sander on one end and it has a slanted end on the other side. I'm going to just clean up that glue so you don't see a mess in there. I'm going to go back behind this little girl on the pumpkin and add a piece in there. And it's actually 2 pieces together. Then I'm going to take this black ribbon, tuck it right under that edge. And again, this is that sparkly black ribbon. I don't remember where I got it from, but I'm sure you can find something similar at Dollar Tree. If you don't have that, you could use a Halloween necklace, the little beaded necklaces that have the skulls and the bones. You could use that, or you could use some twine, or if you like the wood look, you can just leave it completely like that alone. Totally up to you. And I'm not doing all the sections. However, you could if you wanted to. But I am just going to be doing the outside, sort of framing it out with this little glittery ribbon. Okay, y'all. So, I was thinking the other day about my love for caramels. Do you know that Werther's has a huge variety of caramels? Like coffee flavored and chocolate flavored. They have the hard candies, they have the soft candies. Me, I'm an original soft caramel person. But I'm interested to know what it is that you prefer. Which one is your favorite? Are we a hard caramel lover? Do we do sugar-free? What exactly is your favorite Werther's? I would love to know that. And if you don't like Werther's, do you like, what is it, Brock's? There's a huge variety. But I need some new caramels in my life. I did try the caramel apple. Not a fan. I gotta be honest, I am not a fan of that flavor. It tastes like if I was eating a piece of plastic. Didn't like it. So what is your thing? Or maybe you like cowtails. Do you like cowtails? Those are good too. And the ones you get from Dollar Tree that are the caramel on the outside and the white in the middle. Oh, I could eat a whole bag of those things. They're dangerous, y'all. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing on the corners. I'm just turning the corners. If you don't want to do that, you can cut it off, but I mean, why? If you can turn that corner like that, it makes it perfect. One running long piece fits perfectly. You can trim down the tails to make them the exact same size and then tape that off. Then we got the whole box framed out. And I like the look of this. But it's up to you. And you could also paint it if you would rather paint it. Just continue along with this. You can see my little light flashing red and blue. I'm going to put it behind the broom bristles. I'm not even going to glue that in. It's just going to sit back there behind it. And even if you move it around, it's not going to slide much. Look at that. These came with some little stick-on bats that I got from the Amazon Overstock store. So you can get them from Amazon, but I have no idea about links for that. You see how that piece hangs down? I don't know. I just like all the variety of the glass, the plastic, the paper. We got some photographs in there. We got wood pieces, and we got a disco ball in there and mini ornaments. You can just take your collection and put in a box like this and show it. And if you do Halloween every day in your house, you could put this in your house for every day. If you like spooky decor better and you don't do all the jack-o'-lanterns, then think of all the ways that you could do this to make it your own. You know I always encourage you to make it your own on my channel because I know you can do it. Look at all these little cuties. Oh my goodness. And I'll show you what this looks like with the light off. It's not a huge difference, but just so you know, to me it just looks like the brooms are glowing now. Down there in the magical part of the broom, they're getting ready. Somebody has turned the key over and she's ready to take off, right? Oh my goodness, y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. I want you to check out this video in the rectangle, and I want you to come back and see me soon. Thanks for stopping by.